After growing up in a Christian family, Jeff Boyd came to Whitworth, seeking to deepen his faith and to expand his understanding of social justice. Associate Professor Emeritus of Sociology, Ron Frais, who was head chaplain at the time, was the first Whitworthian whom Jeff met. It was Ron who got Jeff involved in the chaplaincy program and encouraged him to join the 1985 Central America Study Program. Jeff also recalls the wonderful influence of math professors Rod Hansen and Howard Gage, as well as that of Chaplain Pat Meacham during his formative years at Whitworth. By the time Jeff graduated in 1985, Frais had helped Jeff to make connections within the Presbyterian Church. Jeff's involvement with the U.S.A. would lead him into 2 years of volunteer service in Gurujwala, Pakistan. It was there that he met the woman who became his wife, Christi. Since the beginning of their relationship, Jeff and Christi have shared a common commitment to service within the church and to working with marginalized communities. After Jeff attained his master's degree in mathematics at California State University, Fresno, he and Christi were commissioned by the U.S.A. to serve with Mpechi secondary schools in Tanzania. The family served there for 5 years before deciding to move to another place of service where they could raise and educate their young son, Matthias. The Boyds moved to Zaire in 1996, which is now known as the Congo, where 2/3 of the schools were run by churches. Jeff worked as the assistant director of the Presbyterian Community of Kinshasa Education Department. After 2 outbreaks of war and the closing of their children's school, the Boyds evacuated to Cameroon, where Jeff became a consultant to the education department of the Cameroonian Presbyterian Church. A year and a half later, the Boyds' partner church in Cameroon began to go through intense internal conflict. Jeff and Christi's refusal to choose a side in the conflict ultimately led them to suspend relationships with the church. Jeff then became a regional liaison with the Africa office of Presbyterian World Mission, a position he has held for 10 years, while Christi has been working with a network of organizations that are focusing on the root causes of hunger and poverty. Reflecting on his diverse experiences, Jeff says, "My 2.5 decades of living in different cultures helps me to serve as our church's representative in the Central Africa region. He is also able to accompany and assist Presbyterians from the United States who visit Cameroon or the Congo." When asked about his accomplishments, Jeff gives credit to the strong teams on which he has worked. He is thankful to have been a part of raising up a community of Presbyterians in the U.S. who are committed to helping communities in Kinshasa and the Congo. In particular, he has been part of the construction of approximately 50 school buildings, of the shift to more child-centered participative learning in schools, of the acquisition of necessary textbooks for teachers, and of the purchase of motorcycles to help supervisors conduct regular visits to schools in far-flung rural areas. Jeff and Christi's children, Matthias, Naomi, and Salome, who are all young adults now, are their parents' proudest achievement. When asked about the legacy that he would like to leave to his children, Jeff says he hopes that someday someone will feel that I have invested in his or her life, just as so many have invested in mine. What inspires me about many of my Whitworth professors and chaplain staff is that they invested in me and in so many other people. I hope that in some way I too can help others to achieve the potential that God has given each of us, whether we're in Pakistan, Tanzania, the Congo, Cameroon, the U.S., or elsewhere. Looking back on his life, Jeff has great appreciation for the personal attention that he received from Whitworth's professors and chaplains as they helped him to pursue his dreams. He is honored still to be in contact with those same friends and mentors, now as ministry colleagues in advancing the work of the U.S.A. in service of God's kingdom.